Hi, you guys. This is Ginger Cook, and it's Acrylic Painting Monday. And we're doing this fun little snowman who's hitchhiking his way looking for a ride to the North Pole. And his little sign says, North Pole or melt. And this would be another, favorite thing. You could make this as a Christmas card. I'm going to just go ahead and look up at me for a minute, John, saying that this is, during the holiday season, we let you make prints of your artwork for cards. And I think this would be adorable as a Christmas card. Of course, you can put whatever you wanted on the sign. For instance, it could be Florida or something else. Your imagination is boundless, but this is an easy tutorial. I think you're going to find it fun to do, and we have another surprise. And for our red and purple members, we have a companion piece that's hysterical. I want to show you that.
Well, I don't know if it's sad.
It's wonderful. No, it's fun. And I think it would make part of a two-part Christmas card if you printed that and then put it on the inside. Let me show you what it is. All right?
All right, let's see it.
And so we've got,
Oh, that's so sad.
he's got North Polar melt, and he didn't quite make it, right?
He was down the road a little bit, you can tell.
Yeah, isn't that fun? He got down a little further, there's a tree here and so forth. So that will be available for our red and purple members in the Academy. We just think that would be a fun thing to do. Really, really nice. You don't really need much of a traceable for this, but it's available on our on gingercookondemand.com. And back to me, John, for a minute. I just want to ask everybody to remember this is a premiere. John and I'll try to be on the chat, and we want to keep the chat focused on art and art-related things. Let's have a good time. Thanks to mods for coming here, and thank you in advance for being part of our wonderful art community.
Well, let's get right to it, guys. Here we go. Go.
You guys, it's Acrylic Painting Monday.
Woo-hoo.
Woohoo! And we're doing something really fun. We've got this little snowman, and he's on an old road, and he's holding up this little sign that says North Pole, and it says on his chest, it says North Pole or melt, okay? And this is even though this is a very simple lesson, but you're going to learn something spectacular today. We're going to show you how to use your grayscale to save money. That's the thing you're going to get, how to use your grayscale to save money. So if you have just a regular color wheel, they have a little grayscale on it, like here. See, like here's your grayscale on it. Or you can buy a grayscale, okay? So, what is why on earth would you want one? Well, when you're mixing colors, like for instance, this is a very, very light blue. So if John had done a black and white of this, and perhaps you should give me a black and white, John, of this, right? Let's pause right now, and John, give me a black and white of this.
Yes, my dear.
Good. Yes. Let's do that. Yes.
Let's stop the production, people.
Oh, magically, we now have a black and white. Now, why do we want to know? So here's the light side of the grayscale. This is white, and this is black. So you're really dealing with those guys, right? So we know we have white here because you'll see the snowman is shaded on this side, light on that side, right? Just like you would any ball, right? It's got the shading here. You see that? Like a moon shape, okay, on the ball, okay? But on the sky, you'll notice that the sky is really somewhere between these two in shades of gray, all right? Even though if you look at the color picture, it's blue, it's a light blue. But if you look at the black and white, it's along here. Now, why do you care and why does that matter? Because, boy, and if you don't remember, write this down.
Make a note, people.
You don't know. Whenever a color is on the light side, this whole half of the grayscale on light side, you start the mixture with white first. It's going to be 98 to 99% white and something else. Now, why is that going to save you money? Because if you start with blue and start dumping white on it, you're going to have to mix a lot more paint. So you can be judicious. Now, let's talk about these, the other side of the grayscale, these trees. Now, you'll notice the trees are all pretty much on the darkest side of our grayscale. They're not quite black, though there are a few black trees. Here's a black tree, and then here, see this color right there? Is that shade of gray, and then you can see that black tree, see? But here, it's just sort of a, army green kind of a color, and something. So whenever you're starting at this side of the grayscale, okay, now man, this is, if you never watched another second of this video and you got this will save you tons of money. Everybody talks about acrylic painting. Well, it's expensive. Well, it's expensive if you keep mixing the wrong colors, right? So anyway, so if you're starting on this side of it, you start with the darkest color first. So in this case, for instance, it's sort of this dark gray-green color. I would probably start with black and mix some green and white, maybe yellow oxide in it to get that gray-green color. Okay. So it's sort of iffy. You know, way up here, you know, maybe it's kind of half and half, but and it wouldn't be it would be. So that's what you want to know. So if it's on this side of the grayscale, which this one is, this little tree up here is on that, you do the white first. And if you get down into the darker colors, then you'd come over here and start with the darker colors first. Yeah, everybody's got that? That was like the best lesson ever, right?
That alone is worth my price of admission.
I know. So I'm just going to put these out of the way so I don't get paint on them. But we all got that now. Yes and yes?
We got it.
All right. So now we're going to go ahead and we've got a two-part traceable. This is just Payne's Gray and white. And Payne's Gray is ultramarine blue and black and white. That's the color this is. Here's the large size traceable. When you get your traceable for this, it will come in a couple of pieces, and your printer can only print like about half of that sheet, right?
No, so it's going to be 4 pieces.
It'll be 4 pieces, and you cut them and you tape them together.
Because you're 11 by 14.
But all I did was I just wanted to figure out where all this went, right? See where this line is and where this was. That's all I needed for this. Okay, so that's why, and that's kind of where the road's going. And we're also going to be using smudgy brushes. Now, smudgies are by Golden Maple, and they come in sets like this, the goat hair and the fine brushes, or you can get the detail brushes, and we'll be using some of them, or you can buy in the little canister. And they're called dry brushes. They're not. I call them smudgies because that's what they do. And here's a new smudgy.
Like human hands.
Here's a nice new smudgy. And you see how soft it is. Now, I've got some other smudgies I've used for a while, and I don't think they got clean, or maybe I used some matte medium in them, because see how hard this one is, and how hard, but this one's softer. This one's gotten too hard. Put that away, kind of. This one's a little softer, but not as soft as this. Okay, so you know, this one's got some, you know, paint in it. So just so you know, you got to clean them, right? And this isn't a disparaging of John, but if you use them with the matte medium, that's very hard to get that out. All right, so these are the smudgy brushes I'm going to be using and showing you all that because that's important, yes? And we're going to use one of our palette papers here, like this, and it's going to be, I told you it's going to be white, right? Everybody's good with that, yes? So before I go too much further, let me show you the palette over here.
Wait.
Right? So today we're going to be painting with titanium white, cad yellow medium, yellow ochre, cad red light, or just cad red medium, pyrrole red or naphtha crimson, cadmium orange, optional. You know, yellow and red make an orange, so, you know. Magenta, and burnt sienna. Now, you can make burnt sienna with black and orange. So if you didn't have that, it'd be okay. And then phthalo blue, green shade, ultramarine blue, red shade, if it matters. Otherwise, it would just be ultramarine blue. But if your paint brand offers a red or a blue shade, you always want the green shade on the blue and the red shade on the ultramarine blue. So there we go. So now...
And Payne's Gray for the underpainting.
The Payne's Gray for the background, but you can, again, to make Payne's Gray, it's black and ultramarine blue and white. So it just has to be a dark gray, blue, right? So here's some white paint. We know it's going to be 99% white. All right. Now I'm going to take a little palette knife and mix it. Now, because it's a little bit, so I want some phthalo blue, and that's like kryptonite. I'll put that over here, right? And I'm going to a little bit in that. See what happened? Okay. Now, I didn't that was just like on the head of a pin, how much was in there, right? Now, I think I want it a little bit redder, so I'll take a little tiny bit of ultramarine blue, add that, like that. So there, it kind of did that. Now, I'll take a little bit of CAD red medium. Here, let me show you a little tiny bit. And that, with that graded, I could have put black in there too, but that graded because it's the complement of blue. So once you decide, let's just come up here like that. That looks pretty good to me, right? Like that, right? So once we've got the mixture, and I'm going to need all this paint, so then we'll go ahead and mix more. But just start with a little, get the recipe, right? And then get your colors, right? Make sense? Scrape and squish, kind of like that ice cream company that you could do that. All right, so how close am I? Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a little bit lighter there. I think I need a little tiny bit more ultramarine blue. Okay, a little bit darker. Maybe I'll make two piles. I want some lighter than others. Okay, so I got those two. All right, so pretty good. Now, I'll just take my smudgy and clean my palette knife. Don't have any water on it. And I'm just going to start up here like that with these colors and make little circles. And this is so fast and easy, you guys are not going to believe it. Because I don't have any water on it, I'm just using the...
So your brush wasn't even damp, right?
No, wasn't even damp. If it was damp, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if you had washed it and needed to do it, but still, it's not. Now, let's put this in water like that. So now, I've got enough paint up here to keep going, and I just always want to overlap your wet edges. Acrylics dry very quickly. Pretend like you're making circles, and pretend like you're plugged into an electric cord, and you just keep moving, right? And I'm moving from the shoulder, not my wrist. Okay. Now, the wonderful thing about acrylics is even though we're going to put the trees over this, we're going to go all the way down to the bottom with this because acrylics are the kind of material that the more paint, the better. They like it better. The more you glob on there in layers, not glob, but the more that you put on there, the better, okay? So this is sort of a snowy, blustery day, yes? Now, if you try to do another coat on this, you'll just start erasing, particularly if your brush is wet. But that's we can do more stuff. But you see how even some of the darker sky shows through, and that's pretty. Now, let's come down here, and I'll just leave a little kind of an edge here like that. And just going to come on down here and do an underpainting on this. And maybe I'll just kind of smooth it out as I go. It's almost like finger painting when you're doing something like this, okay? Come all the way down to the bottom here. Start on this side. I'll just kind of leave a few little streaks here so I kind of know which direction I'm putting those dark streaks in.
Looks like a big snowstorm.
Yeah, right now it is.
I've driven home in one of those.
Yeah. Reminds me of this one. I went to summer camp on a place called Orcas Island in San Juan Islands. And one of the little stores there, little gift stores, had a postcard. And it was completely black. And the sign said, the little caption on it was Orcas Island at night. Just... That was very clever, right? Now, there's just really nothing hard about that, right? It just isn't.
So I see a question has come in. Why didn't we just paint the underpainting this color?
Oh no, because we want we want all these different shades of blue.
Okay.
So I'm going to put a
So
little. I
there's
got a
method
little
to
bit
your
of
madness.
magenta and a little bit of ultramarine blue here, and I'm going to add some of this color to that. Just a little bit. Just a tiny little bit. I'm going to add some more white and a little bit of yellow oxide. There you go. So you got that's kind of your warm snow. Okay, add a little bit of that here too. Very light. Take a little bit more ultramarine blue. I want it a little bit darker on the sides, so I can add color as I go. Maybe a little bit of the phthalo too. So you can change some of the colors as you go. See, we're getting kind of tricky here, right? A little bit dark. You find the snowman, right? Okay, so that's what we got. Now anything else we can do later, but that's what we got. Now what you can do here, I'll put that in water. What you can do is you can take you want to save your board, and just scrape all this up.
Get it all dry in no time.
Yeah, that'll just dry, and you'll be all happy. I would think you'd be happy. Maybe you won't be happy. Why would I assume
You
you'd
should
be
be happy.
Okay, so now I want to do the trees next, okay? But I don't want to do that until this is dry. So we're going to just take a minute, break, for this important message while I dry this. Yes and yes?
Undoubtedly so. We'll be right back.
You know, some days it feels like the laundry never ends. The scrubbing, the rinsing, the wringing, it's a lot of work. But what if, instead of washing all these clothes, you could capture a moment like this with a paintbrush? Join us in the Wash Day painting tutorial, where you can bring this scene to life without getting your hands wet. Wouldn't you rather spend your time creating art than doing laundry? Come paint with us and turn an ordinary day into a beautiful memory. Wash Day. Your next masterpiece is just a brushstroke away.
We're back. All right, so now we're going to take a little black. Remember I told you we'd start with the darkest color first. And then we're going to take some yellow oxide. And you see we've got this sort of brown green color.
Yeah, we're using Morris black. There's a lot of blacks out there.
Now we're going to use a little bit more of the white. Put that over here. Scrape some of that up. Kind of make it darker. Kind of a gray-green color. Let's put a little bit of ultramarine blue in that. There you go. That got it into that sort of gray-green color here. That color up here. Okay. So we'll start on this side because I want more of that color. Okay. So I'm going to take a new smudgy. This is no, not this one. Maybe one of these. Okay. This is a number. What number are you? So it's a 5. And we're going to come on down about this far, about 4 fingers in. Tap that in there. Okay. And then we're going to add on this side, this is kind of going to come about like this, add some of this color. And I think I can kind of mix on here now that I've sort of decided how I'm doing it. Take some yellow and black.
Gotta get you that army green.
That army green. Let's put a little orange with it. That's more of that. I'm doing a little bit of yellow oxide with it. There we go. Okay. We got some of that color here. There's some trees that are coming up here like that. And then I want some white. Mix that over here. I want some of this lighter color. As we get over here, it gets a little bit lighter. When it comes about to here, then we get into the darker stuff again. As we get over here, I just put a little black on my brush and it's kind of doing that. And I'll take a little more black. Okay. As long as I'm into these dark colors, I'll take a little bit of that burnt sienna color and just mix it all in here like that. See? I'm going to put some of that color over here. And let's get some more of this gold color. Just kind of play with this gray-green color a little bit, ultramarine blue and black, and a little bit of that light color. So we've got that gray color in here, a little bit stronger. Can always layer these dark colors. This is really easy to do. Now, not rinsing the brush at all, I'm going to get a little bit of ultramarine blue and just some a little bit of that light color, like that. A little bit more blue. Okay, see how I'm doing that? I think I'll rinse the brush. I've got too much green on it. We'll keep going. This is really loose. You just try to get too crazy with it. Let's take a little bit of the ultramarine blue. There we go. A bit of the phthalo, a little bit of the white. I'm going to go into the white, kind of smudge it out. Just too much paint on the brush, I'm wiping it off. Tap some white in here like this. Barely touching it, hardly any pressure on the canvas. And then we've got some white going right across the top here like that. This is our bit of white on our road. Okay, and then I've got some ultramarine blue coming this way. See, I'm kind of our shadow into here. There's a darker shadow right here, and where our snowman's going to go. Okay. We've got some shadows kind of coming up this way on a hill, so you can kind of put them in at an angle that'll show that's a hill. Now, on back into here, just rinse the brush and just kind of dampen it and touch it off. I'm going to go back to my road, okay? And I know I'm just tapping that in there like that, right? It gets wider as it gets down toward the front. Tap that in there like that. A little bit of burnt sienna. It's a little bit darker down in here like that. We've got one that comes right to this corner here. So just imagine a straight line going from this corner up to here. That's probably how I'd follow it. And a little bit of dark. A little bit of ultramarine blue and black is good. Then it gets so small. Some of that darker color right here. And then we've got another one that's coming right from here to here, right? You get with me? We'll put the rest in, and I think we've got a light gray one kind of suggested here, like this, like a little gray shadow. Wow, huh? Now, you gotta, that's how quick this is. Now, put that in water, and then I can take an angle brush. Okay. And using the same colors, I might just take this back a little further. Then there's got to be one. Let's see, there's one, two. There's a third one where Snowman goes, but we haven't done that one yet. All right, and I need this to be more bouncy. So, here's my, next layer, just a little bit of light gray here. You need to break up the ruts in the road a little bit. Don't want them so perfect. Like that. Could we take a detail brush and put some water on it and do some twigs? Just using Mars Black. I'm going to roll it out here and get some thinner lines. Let's take a little bit of gray, kind of a light gray color, and suggest some trees back here. Make that a little darker. Not quite as black. And we'll do the rest. We'll do some more, but we'll get our snowman in, see where he goes, and then we'll do the rest. But already we have an interesting painting, and we haven't done much, right? So let's dry this and put our snowman on, and then we'll finish the painting. What do you think? Hi, you guys, Ginger Cook here, and these are the paintings that will be drawn for our fourth quarter. Yeah, wow, the days are going by fast, and so did this year. For our scholarship fund, for those of you who have been contributing at least $25 over the last 3 months, either on YouTube or in our academy, have a ticket in the fishbowl for drawing to win one of these original paintings. And I just love these penguins. That was a Christmas painting we did last year for you. The frames we found on Amazon, they were very reasonable, and Jerry's Autorama, these wooden ones. So just in case anybody asks us, the frames of course, aren't with the paintings. But I think you're going to love the penguins and these cattails. This is one of my favorite tutorials we've ever done on YouTube. I really debated hard whether to put this in there, but we so appreciate your donations. That's what keeps the channel going and allows us to scholarship artists in our acrylic painting with Ginger Cook Scholarship Fund, where they can get personal art coaching and help somebody become an artist. So there's these cattails. You would probably remember this tutorial this year of the Mediterranean window. John, can you zoom in? Look at the texture on this. Can you see all the texture on the flowers? This is such a cool painting. I think you would really love to be able to see all the blending and layers and everything in this. The TV cannot show, or the computer can't show you how marvelous these colors are. Everyone that's ever gotten an original painting from me, and of course these come with certificates of authenticity, has said that the colors are so much more magnificent than what we can even show you here, even though they have been varnished. This was a painting that I did for the Academy, and it's called Michigan House, and it's in the style of Thomas Kincaid. And again, this is one of my favorites. I think that you might really, really love it. And if I just turn this like this for a minute, I'm going to show you. We decided to do the reindeer, and we thought that some of you might enjoy that as a Christmas decoration, and this will be shipped to you in time for Christmas, or because they're going out. I don't know when, John, but first week of December, so we're going to get these to you. And I don't know, this was a YouTube painting. If you haven't seen this YouTube video, we did it on YouTube. I think did we do it on YouTube or in the Academy? I think we did. So anyway, there's somewhere, right? And then finally, let me just show you I'm just going to pop it on top. Here's our the kids on a log, on a farm, and I think that's really. I think this is charming and sweet, and maybe brings back some memories that you have. And anyway, these will be just some of the paintings. Depending on the donations that come in, there'll be a few surprises. And so again, we thank you very much for that. And I must look up here, John, and say that your contributions are so appreciated. They keep the channel going, and also they allow artists to continue with their art education, and that from all over the world. I'm talking globally, and it makes such a difference, and you're part of that. So thank you very much, and we love you guys, and happy holidays. So whenever you have, let me just put the lid on the paint. I'm back. So you want to write up on your transfer paper, and you can make sure you have the upside up.
Especially the white. It's hard to tell.
It's really hard to tell the difference. And I don't want to take a chance. I'm going to tape that down rather than have it move. You don't have to, but maybe you're the kind of person that could do it, not tape. This is artist tape. You should have it anyway, just on GP. Okay, so I'm just going to tape that around here like that. Cool, right? Now we're going to take a pen, and we're going to put our sign in. and I go over it. I don't just draw like this. I kind of go back and forth when I'm tracing. I go back and forth like this. I know you could probably just freehand this in. Of course you could. I know you could, but sometimes it's just a little bit more secure to have him just the placement where you want him. You make sure you got him in the right place. He's got like a book here. You ever have made a snowman? They're larger at the bottom, and then the next ball is a little bit smaller. Then the head is slightly smaller. That's how you make them. We don't have to. We can figure out where the all this stuff goes, right? Okay. So we're pretty happy with that. Well, that was good till we did the white on the.
A
What
little
color
tougher
you
to
got
see
for
down
me,
there.
darling?
Can you see enough? You need a blue.
I need a blue for this bottom part.
Yeah. I was kind of wondering if there was enough contrast down
Well,
there.
I didn't even think about that. You know what I mean? But we've been noticing that. As I got older, I really thought that the scatterbrain tendency I have would mature. Apparently, it hasn't.
Well, it has.
There.
It's matured into pure wisdom.
Okay.
It's just everybody else is wrong. You're right, my queen. You got it. I appreciate everybody coming tonight. And for those that are just showing up, we are working on an 11 by 14 canvas. Traceable will be available shortly after the show. I think that baby might be worn out too much. Can you see enough down there?
Well, you'd think I could, wouldn't you?
Well, I would think that, but I don't want you
But
to.
I've just told everybody how easy this is. It's like 3 balls, and now I'm panicked because I can't see it all. So that's a little stupid too. So, all right, fine, go away, you. There. All right.
Yeah, you got enough there. I can see it.
We can see it. All right. So now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and I'll just take a Posca pen and outline it in white. That way, I certainly wouldn't do it in black. I would have have to be white, but that way we could just what. Do.
But so far, you've only used 2 brushes?
Yeah.
Wow. The washer really appreciates that. Not a bad idea to go back over it to see what all you got so you don't lose something.
Yeah, just what I mean. It's easy enough to do because you really can't see it that well. When our scarf is behind this and kind of goes straight down like that. And then you've got a right about here where the book is, you've got this one line that's like this. You've got this one, then you've got the shadow coming over here like that. All right, so we've got him in, right? Yes and yes. So remember, Snowman is just a ball, 3 balls actually, and so you're going to start with the darkest color first because that's what you do in acrylics. We'll start with a small smudgy. We're going to start with white and a little ultramarine blue and a little phthalo. Okay, phthalo is sort of a good warm snow color, right? I'm going to put a little bit of black in that.
So what color you got there?
Just a little smudgy brush, and it's ultramarine blue and the phthalo blue, white, and a little tiny bit of black.
Okay.
Want to put a little
Time
bit
to
more.
put the shadow color down.
Yeah, you put the shadow color down first. All right, and it's it's going to be darker up here, and I'll put this up here on his face too. I'll just do that, and make a little bit of yellow with that to warm that up. A little bit of white. A little bit more white now on the brush. Lighten this up down here. And I'm just going into white now. Still with the circles. Very little pressure. Okay. Now let's go back to the ultramarine blue. And let's do a shadow going across here like this. Fix that shadow back up here too. All right. Now there's a little bit of this behind here too. I don't know why, but a little bit there. And now we've got something darker. We got a little bit of black and ultramarine blue. Where's our mixing board? Like that. And I'm going to put a little bit of brown in it. Okay. A little bit more ultramarine blue and black. There we go. See this color I want right there? A little more blue. Okay. That's our darkest color. Okay. Do I have any of this dark color up here somewhere? Not so much. I think I've got more of that now that it's dried. I've got some more darker trees here. So maybe burnt sienna and orange, cad red medium. Um, put some of that color there. A little bit up here by the this. Let's get this up a little higher. Okay, and then I'll just wipe the brush off as long as we're all having fun, right? And I'm going to take some white and yellow ochre, and I'm just going to go ahead and do that sign in. Make a little bit more white. A little bit more yellow. Well, sometimes you'll hear me say yellow oxide, and then I'll say yellow ochre, and they're both basically close enough to the same colors to be good. Okay. And we've got that color on here. Top of the book. And we're going to do a little bit of a light orange and yellow oxide. Oh, did I lose my board? No, here it is. All right, so I'm going to just, on his sign, which is his book here, I'm going to put this like that. Now let's take a little black and kind of put a tiny bit of that and just tap around the edges. A little bit of yellow and white. A little bit of orange. Okay. Now he's got a kind of a fun red scarf. I don't think I'll put that on with this, but I could put some of that orange color in here a little bit. And then there, I want some of that yellow ochre color back here on the road. Put a little bit of black in it. All right, so we just get the little bit of drama going here, you guys.
We like drama.
All right, so now we're doing all this without, washing him, but we'll just, this is, they're drying him here. This is dry now, so let's take a little bit of white and lighten this up. Allow this darker side to show. Let's take some white and yellow, just a touch of the yellow ochre in it. See how you can get something, look how white that looks when you do that. Put that up
very
here.
bright.
Yeah, so you put a little yellow and white and it gets very bright. And you can put some of this on the side of the road here, and then you can start pouncing snow here. These smudges are so perfect for this. I'm going to come in here to a little white and just say I want it a little bit whiter on his face. Now just touch it. Just tap it in, right? Then as long as we're tapping it in, I think we're going to tap in this furry hat. These are just a perfect little brushes for this, okay? Now I think we were talking about a little bit of the yellow and white. And really, as long as we have it on our brush, see, we can go up here like this at an angle and a sideways. Don't do it straight across, but pay attention to, you're making mounds of where the light's hitting the snow. Okay?
It's banked up on the sides of the road.
Yeah, so that the road banks up on the sides. And this is where layering comes in on a painting like this. And it's not hard. This is really fast and easy. I say that about a lot of stuff, but this is true.
This is very loose.
Yeah, I mean, it's very loose, isn't it? I mean, you're talking about loose.
Not a lot of precision to this.
And again, we're going to cut into the woods here, into our trees, and put some of this lighter color here, where the sun's shining on this bank. Then we straighten it out a little bit here. You're going to learn a lot about painting snow in this picture, whether you realized it or not, right? Look at that. That's kind of cool, right? We haven't we haven't done much. So we will retire him. Take a detail brush I'll dip it in water and wipe it off. And I'm going to take some magenta and a little bit of red together, mix those together. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint this red scarf in. John colors my brushes. They don't come this way with the green tip, so he knows which one I'm using.
Well, not only me, the other volunteers I have helping diagnose everything.
Okay. Then we'll put some orange with it. And then we've got, well, we've got a little bit of dark here. More red magenta color up here. I think it's just pure red here. Got black on the brush. It won't be that bright. Want to cover the Posca pen. And let's take a little bit of orange and a little bit of yellow. Mix those together. The cad red color. Now I'm going to just take some yellow ochre and then add some white to it. Okay. Now let's take a little bit of the cad red light, put it on the hat up here like that. A little bit of the deeper red with magenta. Make that a little bit darker right there. Okay.
Starting to take form.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is, isn't it?
Getting that three-dimensional look to the roundness.
Yeah. I'm just going to take pure white now with my angle brush. Let's put some white right here. When you use a brush like this, the paint's a little thicker. See what I'm doing here? The paint's just a little bit thicker than when you're smudging it. I want to just dry that little bit right there so that we can do the details.
Everyone's got a critic sitting on the sidelines, sipping their latte while they're judging all my lines. Never held a brush, but they're quick to help me fix mine. Bless their little hearts, but honey, mind your business. I showed my brand new painting, proud as I could be. Then came my neighbor Sue with her expert artistry. She said that tree looks funny, shouldn't clouds be blue? Bless her heart, she's never held a paintbrush, it's true. Everyone's got a critic, oh, they love to share their view. Never touched a canvas, but they sure know what you should do. Smile, nod, and thank them, and toss their wisdom in the bin. Keep on painting, darling. Let your soul's light shine within. My Uncle Joe stopped by and said that cat's the size of Texas. My best friend claims my waterfall just doesn't pass the checklist. But while they sip their coffee and hand me free advice, I'm the one with paint-stained hands, and doesn't that feel nice? Oh, Uncle Joe, thank you for sharing. I'll be sure to call you when I need your expert opinion next time. Right after I ask my dog how to fix my taxes. Everyone's got a critic, yeah, they'll always have their say. But art's about the journey, not the rules along the way. Laugh it off and shrug, don't let doubt come creeping in. Keep on painting, darling, and let your masterpiece begin.
Start with ultramarine blue and a little bit of black. Mostly ultramarine blue. Using a corner brush, I'm going to come along here like that. Put the shadow on here like this. And then I want to put a little brown with that black. You could put orange too, if you didn't have that brown color. A little shadow right there. And come under here with the book. And I want to come under here a little bit with the, take a little bit of the blue with that color. Just put a little blue and black. That's a little bit too dark. Sort of a shadow under here. And see some white and yellow ochre or oxide. More white. This is a little bit lighter on top. Sometimes it helps to just kind of put the color on the brush and just kind of smooth it out like that. Well, I don't think I got this book up high enough. I didn't. But that's what we love about acrylics. This doesn't matter. You just fix it, right? Make that an angle right there. And a little bit of that light orange color. All right. Back to the yellow ochre. Let's come up here with our, repaint this sign. A little bit of white with that. Trying to make it too smooth. What else we got going here? I think I kind of like the red here on the scarf. Flatten out your brush when you're trying to do details. Okay. Now I'm going to just take the corner of my brush here and tap the hat in. Just right into the paint. Dop it on. Take a little bit of that blue color. Make a little bit of a shadow. Okay, so I want to bring a little bit of this plant stuff down a little bit lower beside him like this. I'm going to bring that down a little bit. See, there's some contrast there. See where I want it? I want the little contrast behind his head. Then as long as I'm in this, I'm just going to see. I think I need just a little water on the brush to get that to be little tiny lines up here. I want something lighter right next to here so you see the hat. All these little details, right? Have I ever told you how to erase? Remember I told you I would tell you that. I think this is too wide, this branch right here. So you start with clean water, wipe off your rag, squeeze it off, and then just come up here like this.
Everybody that hasn't tried.
Probably dried a little bit, but I think I can still get it off if I.
Well, that's a pretty thin stroke you got there. That's going a little bit.
Kind of rinse, wipe, swipe, swipe. You have to rinse like mopping a floor. If you've ever done that, it's the same principle. Don't use the same dirty mop to try to clean the floor. Okay. And then we'll put a little bit of something over it like this to break that up. And I want a tree coming all the way off to the top here. Put those trees in there. Now, let's take a little detail brush here and take some orange paint. Now, the nose goes up at an angle. Now, if you're not sure, this is tricky, but if you're not sure, let me show you what you do. Do you see this nose right here? If I do the angle right here.
Wait. What nose are you talking about?
This nose.
Oh, okay.
See the nose and the triangle? It's going right up. The angle's going right up to this part of the canvas, right up here, just not quite to the corner. So if you're not sure, you come up to the corner like this, and you can say, well, the nose is right in the middle here, right? But it's got to angle up here like that.
Oh, like yay. That was rather clever. That's a tip in itself.
Exactly so, right? And of course, he's brown, he's darker on the bottom. Now, this is where when you put water on a detail brush, you've got to have a paper towel to wipe it off on. This is one of those things, like here. See, like I'm just going to roll the brush. Wider at the base, okay? Okay. Now we'll go right into the black. And his eyes, we're just gonna put them like that, just to make a little thing like that. And they're on the other side up here like this. Put a little bit of a shadow under here. Now I'm gonna figure out where I want the smile to be, here and here. And then how far down on the chin, not that far. So then fill them in, right? Okay. All right, now before you get too carried away with finishing the rest of the face and arms and stuff, you've got to make sure you have all the lights where you need them, right? For instance, you need something light back in here. See, so you want to make sure you have those areas, either a shadow or a light. Right? That's where your contrast comes in. Okay. Then maybe a little bit of the blue shadow, like back up in here like this. So watch your contrast. See how we're doing that? Okay. A little bit of that light color. And I think I need a little bit of light. A little bit here, like that. There you go. All right, so now we're going to do we have enough of the yellow ochre stuff up in here like this in a few places. We're just going to do some leaves. A little bit of yellow ochre and an orange color. Okay. Now what do we got here? Now let's do, again, using the brush, figure out here we go. Let's see if there's something under here. We've got a little hand that's coming out here like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, these are all made out of sticks. So it's coming down here like this, and I don't have enough water on the brush to make that flow. I'm going to roll the brush. It's going to come up like this. Now what we do Here, let me just rinse that. What we do then is we highlight this on top. And then we gotta do that white ball because we lost that. Okay. I think we had a white highlight in the eyes too. That made him just ever so much more friendly, didn't it? A little bit of a white highlight on the nose. Okay. Now, to do the stick, you can probably just take some sort of straight edge. No, I've got some around here somewhere here like this. You don't want it too perfect, okay? And using your angle brush, it's been in water, so you got to make sure you've got it cleaned out. Let's take some brown, a little bit of magenta, and a little bit of black. Let's mix that over here. Okay, and kind of flatten out your brush. Now we're going to come under here like this. Okay. Then I'm going to take some white and I think I have some yellow oxide left here. Using just the angle. Ah, look at that. All right, we get some of that brown color kind of around the edges of our sign. And maybe some white on top. We don't know how long he's been sitting here holding that. Let's rinse that and make it even kind of like snowy. How are we doing on this, John? I'm just so curious. How long has this been taking us?
Well, you've got about a $1.10 in it.
Really?
Yep.
I would have thought this would have been faster.
The things that you think are fast usually aren't, and vice versa. It's looking good, though.
Yeah, it does look kind of good, doesn't it?
Yeah. I like the effect you're getting with it.
Kind of bury that in the snow. Yeah, he's got his same little. You've got his hands coming out of the side here, like about halfway. Flatten out the brush. Okay, there's his arms. Yeah, yes, and yes. And I guess we could be the last of the big spenders, and that's too big. Where's our littlest smudgy? Where's our tiny smudgy? We have a real small one. Well, maybe that's it. We'll take some white and red and make a pink. Okay. Makes him even friendlier. Just that. Now, you wouldn't think that, would you? But just that made him so friendly. All right, so now this is where we do the Posca pen. Now you could write whatever you wanted on this sign. Um, where's my tape?
We just thought it'd be appropriate for us to say the North Pole.
Yeah, okay. So, I used to be a professional sign painter, and I didn't do well at it. I was probably before Cinnamon was born. It was probably in my 20s, early 20s. I couldn't spell. There was no computers for spell check, and people don't want to pay for misspelled signs. They're just so picky, right? I mean, you got to admit, that's picky. I mean, we like the sign, Ginger. If you just spelled it right, we would have really loved it even more, right? Could you fix it? Oh, gosh, you can't. Anyway, I think, we're pretty happy with that.
I think so.
Aha. Okay.
That's how good you are.
And even today, I had this spelled wrong. As you told me I had spelled this wrong, right? North Pole wrong?
No, it looks good. I would have
But
said
before, when I was doing it, right?
so. Oh, yeah. You focus so intently on it.
Okay, and then here we're going to say, but it's not bust, it's melt, right? So I did that wrong. Quick like a bunny, take that off. Posca pens don't dry. It's or melt, right? It's not North Pole or bust.
No.
Get a grip, Ginger.
So you can do your little tapey trick.
No, I just did the wrong word.
You're just going for it.
North Pole or melt.
Hope he makes it.
Oh, you know what we didn't have? You're going, oh, Ginger, what didn't we have? We didn't have a shadow under that nose. It was a tiny shadow, but there is a shadow under the nose. These are the kind of things that differentiate your paintings from others who don't take the time to, do the little stuff. There. Okay, so now, then the next thing we got to do to finish this up is so we've got where's my smudgy stuff? Yeah, we've got make that sort of uneven, that edge.
Make it more rustic.
Well, you gotta make it
a little more realism.
I had some kind of blue up here, some white and blue. Okay, and I know you're all yelling at me because you're going, what about the buttons?
What about what?
It's buttons.
Oh, the buttons, yeah. You heard him screaming, didn't you?
I did. I heard him screaming. And then we got to do I don't know why, I guess we're doing red. I don't know why we wouldn't do a green tree, but wouldn't that be green? That tree? Here.
Well, they made it red. The AI made it red. I mean, you can make it whatever color you want.
Well, I'll make it red, but I think it should be green, but
I would have made it red so it stands out. It's for Mr. Claus. I mean, why else you going to the North Pole? It's not to see the penguins.
no. I just thought I could get by without more yellow oxide, but I need just a little bit more. But since this is a legacy palette, I don't want to be chintzy about it because I need this gold color. Too much water on the brush there. Don't make these lines too straight.
Oh, gotta be jaggedy. They gotta be rough. Lots of vehicles been traveling over there.
Exactly so. Well, you guys, I think we got it. Let's put him in a frame and see if we need to add anything else. But I think that we've got it, right?
Okay, we got our one and only 11 by 14 frame.
Really? We only have one of those, right?
Yeah. We should probably get another frame when they're on sale again. Get our frames at Jerry's. Seems
Well,
that
there were some trees in the back. There were some birds in the background of this.
only if there's a tractor, if there are birds. Where do you see a bird?
Here, I see a bird.
Okay, so you need new glasses. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, you have little faith.
Then I see a tractor at the end of the road. You know, you could have them down there at the end of the road going over the hill.
Okay, let's put him in a frame, you guys, and let's see what we got.
I happen to have a frame handy, my queenness.
I'll dry him.
Oh, you're going to dry it for you. Let's make a note of that. Ooh, kind of looks nice in that frame, too.
Oh, it does. Gotta make this eye bigger.
I was going to say something about that eye.
Well, I had to fix it.
But I knew you'd catch it.
Yeah,
That's looking pretty good.
that's pretty kind of cute, right, you guys? Don't you think? And
They're missing the tractor.
and then we've got the
Okay, the little dots that you used down where the shadow went.
what? Where?
No, down on the road. I'm sorry. Down on the road. And now go to your right. Those little dots. Can you make them disappear?
Yeah. I don't know why they're there.
Well, that was your dashing to remind you where the shadow went. That's all it takes. A little magic.
And then there needs to be a little bit of a shadow under the belly button, under the right here too, from these guys.
Oh, it's cute.
Well,
Almost like a Christmas card.
Well, you could make this a Christmas card, and if you and when
you got enough room in the sky to write something.
Yeah, there is. There's a lot of stuff to write up here. You could write stuff on the sign.
I mean, if
right?
you paint it out the right way, keep that in mind.
So you absolutely could do that. And we for Christmas cards, we're a little more lenient on making prints. If you're going to make a Christmas card, you can paint this and make a print. I mean, if you lived in the state of Florida, you could say Florida or melt, or, could come up with some things that you could say, right?
Oh, all kinds of things. You can have fun with it. Well, I appreciate everybody coming. Hope you enjoyed the show and learned a little something.
I think I'm going to sign it with my other my small white pen. I think I'll sign it right here with a white Posca pen.
That's what I would do.
Like
you wrote it in the snow.
Like we wrote it in the snow, then, we didn't write it in yellow either, so we were very good. Sorry.
Hey, there you go.
Yes?
Perfect.
I like to put it in a frame when we do this, because then I can see where...
exactly where it needs to go. It's great that your last name's not Rumpelstiltskin.
And let's just do a little bit of white up here, because the Posca pen is just slightly wider.
I think I've heard you say that before.
You can do little touch-ups like that. How fun was this? I think that
it was loads of fun.
We had a good time painting it. I hope you do too, and just have a little humor in the holidays. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Hey, be sure to subscribe, comment, all that stuff.
All that good stuff.
Yeah, You got to do all that.
See you next time.
Bye.
Ginger Cook is an artist. Her passion she shares. 6 decades of color with wisdom and care. She shows every painter the joy they can create to grow as an artist. It's never too late. It's never too late to start where you are, with brushes and color. You'll reach for the stars. It's never too late. Your canvas can say you're growing as an artist in your own way. Mistakes are just lessons. They all have their part. Each stroke is a treasure, the language of art. It's never too late to start where you are, with brushes and color. You'll reach for the stars. It's never too late. Your canvas can say you're growing as an artist. It's never too late.